Hey people, welcome to another Hunter Harvester episode. We've got some duck shooting for you. We've got some cooking, we're making a duck noodle soup. And I took a hike into the Blue Mountains, caught myself some lovely rainbow trout. Man, I love doing that. Hey folks, I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who grabbed a hoodie or a beanie. Folks, that's been a really good thing for me. I sold out the first run, but I've got another run. New supply, and I was able to get sizes all the way up to 4XL. So if you missed out the first time, or if you missed out on getting your size, the best hoodie size for you, aussiebushharvest.com. I'll leave the link down there. Guys, I'm more than willing to sell them to you. Anyway guys, in the meantime, enjoy some shooting, some cooking and some fishing. Maximum respect.
Yeah folks, just to offer some context here, the duck shooting that you're about to see is actually in New South Wales and is under the Native Game Bird Management Program that's run by the DPI. This is the same program that facilitates shooting on rice fields down in the Riverina every year, and yeah, it's for crop protection. Quotas are allocated. This property had an allocated quota which included some mountain duck, which was very exciting, so I've jumped on this opportunity. It's the perfect marrying between the worth of recreational hunting and an agricultural wildlife problem, and animals don't get wasted. I mean, really, I think it's an ideal setup if you ask me. So this hunt you're about to see was in June of this year, and the program itself lasts from October through to the end of June each year. In the meantime, they're doing aerial waterfowl surveys, they're trying to ascertain what the quotas should be and what the needs for agriculture are. So this is a great time for you to arm yourself with information. And if you're a bird hunter in Australia, you'll be mad to be missing out on this opportunity. It's a great one. You need a wit test to start off with, but I'll let you guys go online and check out the information for yourselves.
Folks, you probably can't see me that well, but that's absolutely fine. We've got a decoy spread happening. We've got a pretty slushy paddock with lots of ponds. I'll tell you what folks, there's some mountain duck here. We're seeing the early morning flights. We are a little bit late to get our act together, but the act is almost together. Ducks coming in from the southeast. Oh, going away now. They'll circle back. Yep. But hold. Right, do it.
Yo,
Yes, sir.
Reload. More come.
So he got about a metre of lead.
Meter of lead, yep.
So it's been a really interesting starting session. We're learning a lot and we have had some success. Hamish over there's just taken 2 mountain ducks this morning, which is good. We set ourselves up with the decoys basically in the flyaway, but in a very exposed position. So we are getting ducks coming over, but they're not committing to the decoys and they're not coming down low enough. They're very suspicious of it because for whatever efforts we've made to camouflage our swags here, it's just not enough. So we know we're gonna set the next set of decoys up differently with a bit more structure, maybe near a dam wall. The fellas have gone to bust a dam that's further that way, just to see if they get some movement happening and also so that they can get some ducks down. I'm waiting here over the decoy spread. The wind is behind me. It's only very faint wind, but you know, there's some ducks right now. The shooting has just been constant. They must be having a field day. Oh, big flock. There's a black ducks. Can I have a look at the brace?
You want to lift it up or?
Please. Well, that's some success. Down. All ducks then to start the day is about six down. Nice. Go grab it. Thank you. Troy, I can't help but give you a big shout out. Folks, Troy Skeen from Honker Hunters has a huge resource list on his YouTube channel, which we've been able to use. He's probably looking at us right now and thinking, what a bunch of amateurs, and yes, that's because we are, but we'd be having far less success if it weren't for his very generous assistance in just sharing information, creating resources, how-to videos. We got all these silhouettes together and, you know, we've decoyed in ducks, we've decoyed in mountain ducks in specifically. We probably need a lot more. I'm going to work on making that happen. But guys, if you want to do something similar yourself, get yourself prepared for next Victorian, Tasmanian or South Australian duck season, or a mitigation shoot here in New South Wales, check out Honker Hunters. Check out the list. I'll put a link to the specific video that we used. Go through the list, guys. There's just a wealth of information there. Maximum respect to you, Troy.
Well, there was a lot of learning in that experience, but we know that's just the first step of many hunts into the future. We're only going to get better at it. I was lucky, I went home with more duck than I actually shot myself, so thanks legends, appreciate that. So what I'm going to do today is my first crack at a duck noodle soup. I'm excited to give it a good go. I'll show you the ingredients that I'm about to deal with, and then we're going to start by getting the broth on. So, in terms of raw ingredients, what the main feature is going to be these 2 mountain duck breasts. I've taken some advice, and just as I was defrosting, I've just let them to sit in some water with just a little bit of salt added to it. I'm about to change that water, let it sit again, and then I'll probably change the water again. That's just some advice I've had to improve taste. I've never had a problem with the mountain ducks that I've eaten. Mind you, before the last one I smoked, I did brine that, so that might be a factor there. We're gonna have some bok choy, just some onions, some shiitake mushrooms, brick of egg noodles. The rest of the ingredients that we have here, like the garlic, the ginger, oyster sauce, and the soy sauce, that's all gonna go into the broth. So let's move to that now, and I'll just show you how I'm putting that together. I've got 2 duck carcasses in here, handful of garlic cloves, pretty generous amount of ginger here. I'm not bothering peeling it or anything because it's just there to seep the flavour in. It's not something I'm actually going to consume in the soup. I am going to add some stock powder because, you know, happier, better world. I would have made my own. That's okay. I'm going to start with 2 tablespoons of this. What I'm going to do now is fill up the stock pot to just above where the duck carcasses are, with the expectation that that will reduce as it simmers down over the next hour or so. Then I can do the taste test. If I need to add a bit of extra seasoning or even just a bit of extra salt or something like that, I can. Well, that's been simmering away nicely for about an hour and a half, and the water level has come down a good centimetre and a bit, which is great. Have a taste test, and the salt levels are just right now because it's concentrated itself with a reduction. I'm actually going to sift out the duck and the ginger and garlic, and then I'm going to add the next bits and pieces. Alright, we're progressing. That's a delicious broth. I'm going to add a good splash of soy sauce. Now, I've been trying to find Chinese cooking wine and I can't. I googled it, and ideal substitutes people say are dry sherry or sake, you know, Japanese rice wine. I have this. I did not use the top half of that bottle in cooking, but I'm sure it will work in cooking all the same. Equivalent of a shot glass or 2. Shiitake mushrooms, I'm going to throw them in there now. I was going to originally fry them off with the duck breast, but I would actually like these to soak up more flavour, and they're a little bit dry anyway, which is fine. Get them in the mix. Almost ready for assembly. Just about to check on that duck and slice it up nicely. Yep. Now, I'm only using half the ingredients just in case I've stuffed up. So half the duck. And the delicious broth with shiitake mushrooms. And my goodness, I think our soup is complete. It smells incredible. Some spring onions to top it all off. Look at that. Oh, moment of truth. Oh. That broth is hectic. That's something else. That's just a flavour explosion. Oh, I'm gonna just, before I get too carried away, duck. Well, it's extremely tender duck. What do people have against mountain duck? What are people doing wrong? Have I accidentally done things right? I guess that it wasn't a brine, but just soaking it from the defrost to fully defrosted in salty water seems to have, I don't know, done wonders. Oh. I always think I'm going to stuff it up. That's so good. I wish you guys could taste this right now. Whilst it's still hot, I might just enjoy it.
Oh, slightly harder trekking than expected and not finished, but right here will do, I think. We'll get our little niche in the bush to hide in, and only about 1 kilometre to finish tomorrow, but we need daylight to do that, otherwise we could die, and that's not ideal, because when you're dead you can't catch trout. That's no good. Anyway, we'll get started.
Learn it, speak it with me, you know, because once I die, it's up to your cousins to keep it alive, otherwise we're going to lose it in our family. I was like, oh yeah, but yeah, like... Sorry, back.
Well, we couldn't have landed better. At a fantastic junction here, creek into a mighty river. I've wanted to come here for years, and it's a bit surreal to finally find that I am. Funny, the water is actually up just a little bit, but I can tell it was flooding massively a couple of weeks ago. I've not seen a fish yet, but I'll explore hard for that. Excellent time.
Rainbow.
Not a monster. Nice wild fish.
Oh, good one.
Now to go up and explore the creek, because we'll be walking up the river a lot tomorrow and there'll be lots of opportunities to flick and fish, so I'll navigate my way to a good clear hole. That'd be great. Folks, this is my happy place. It's just so clear. It's like a work of art, nature's work of art. There's a rainbow trout, a nice like late 30s, early 40 centimetre job, which means it's a wild fish that lives here year round, and there's at least another 8 kilometres of this kind of fishing habitat to go. I want to express my feeling of gratitude. I don't take the fact that I can do this for granted. I don't, and it's so meaningful that as many Australians as possible, particularly young Australians, get introduced to this lifestyle and get to value our natural world, because it's good for them. It's good for everyone. It's good for the bush. It's good for people to be interacting again. Sorry,
a bit emotional, but it was just really great to see something so beautiful. And there's just a fish there. I'm going to fish for it. That's what I came here for. I'm going to fish for beautiful wild rainbow trout. That was a good take, and a beautiful fish. Wow, that's a nice fish. Into the shallow part over here, thank you. Very nice wild fish. Oh yeah! Oh yes! Exquisite and sparsely spotted rainbow trout. See, like there's almost 0 spots along the front of it there. Far out. Heap of the base though. Yes! So good! Oh my word. This is a hen. Gonna need pliers. No, we won't. Yes, we will. Nice. Brown trout. A beautiful brown trout. Oh. That is just gorgeous. That is, oh yes! That's a beautiful fish. Really beautiful wild brown trout. Looks like this offset stream is the domain of the brown. Really lovely wild brown from an even lovelier stream. Fuck yes, high rod, high rod, high rod, look at it! Fuck yes! Oh, cool. Woo! Oh, more up there, did you see the motor shift up?
No, I didn't.
Oh, this is a nice one. Whoa! Beautiful. Good. Exquisite. Rainbow trout. Lovely colours and all of that. Do. Get away from my pool. Very nice. Very nice trout. Very nice rainbow. Lovely colours. Oh, that's just... Folks, for me this is heaven on earth. It's like that is just the most perfect wild fish. I keep saying wild fish, what I mean is that they're from up here in the river. They spend their lives in the river. Oh.
Oh man, that's exquisite. That's absolutely exquisite. Oh, I love that. Feels ready to go. Nice. Way strong.